A brand new Fox News poll showing the Republican presidential field may be shaking out. Donald Trump maintaining his edge with 26% to Ben Carson's 23%, not shabby. But that is well within the margin of error. The only other two candidates in double digits are Senators Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. And Jeb Bush finding himself in some dangerous territory at just 4%. Meanwhile, when it comes to most qualified candidate to handle the economy, the #1 issue for voters, Donald Trump crushes the competition with a 32-point lead. And, of course, I'm a money gal, so that is what got my attention. Andrea, it is still the economy, stupid.
It's always been the economy, stupid. I mean, maybe the news cycle has shifted to immigration, but that's an economy issue as well, Melissa. I mean, you know this better than anyone. The costs involved in it. This is why this debate is so important, because the last debate was supposed to focus on the economy, and it didn't. It was everything but it. We had gay and lesbian rights. I mean, everything but the economy. So the Fox Business debate, I think, is going to be key. But also, the onus is on Trump now. If he's ranking that high, he's got to prove it. He's got to show that he can present solutions. And I think the same thing with Ben Carson. We've heard the others. We've listened to their 37-point plans, right, Judge?
Yes, I remember.
So now we got to hear what the others have to say.
The concern, though, I think, we were talking about this in the break, is the head-to-head. That Donald Trump is way out in front. But when you come to the head-to-head, it seems like he's the one, according to these numbers, the only one who can't beat Hillary Clinton. Shouldn't that be the main qualification for Republicans? You want to put someone forward who can win the whole thing.
Well, obviously, that's what we want. But I think that some people are waiting for a little more proof. Look, Ben Carson is a trustworthy candidate. But when you talk to people about politics today, they're always saying, they all lie, they all do this, they all do that. And then I wonder, in the voting booth, how much does trustworthiness count, or does your job count with a guy who has made billions at this point?
Wait, let's look at that, in fact, because you bring up the honest and trustworthy, and you look at who is at the bottom of that one. I mean, Carson way up at the top, 60% say he's trustworthy. Trump way down at the bottom. I mean, he's a net negative. 18, but Hillary Clinton also down at the bottom. I mean, she has the least trustworthiness. I mean, she has a negative 26, Bernie.
61% think Hillary's not honest. And yes, Trump is down at the bottom. But you pointed out the most salient thing in this survey. I think Trump wins the commander-in-chief poll also. But the economy, 42% to Cruz is 10%, Carson 9, 7, Rubio 7%. And he's already got Rubio and Trump are already, it's on with the two of them. Yesterday it was Rubio's finances. This morning, Rubio was talking about Trump, his bankruptcies, and inheriting all this money. So, that fight is on. But I think Rubio will lose that fight. Now, Cruz, the majority of people in the country, they don't like him. The people on the right like Cruz. But the country will never elect him.
Why do you think Rubio will lose that?
Because because Donald Trump is the man when it comes to the economy. I mean, he's a successful businessman. As he talks about all the time, negotiations with China, building this, building that. And Rubio has credit card problems.
The only reason I would disagree with you on that, Bernie, the only reason is because what they're going after Rubio for, speeding tickets, credit card debt, Katie, these are things that a lot of average Americans can understand in a down economy. So by attacking him, they're attacking voters.
But it's more than that.
That's how I feel.
It's more than that. It's the Florida credit card or charge card.
It's the idea that he used the campaign's credit card in order to pay some other expenses, something he has to sort out. But Katie, I want to ask you about this next one. Speaking of Donald Trump, he is set to host Saturday Night Live this weekend, and this was the scene last night outside NBC's headquarters. Demonstrators from several Latino organizations chanting for the network to drop the GOP frontrunner from the show because of things he said in the past about immigrants. Petitions calling for the network to dump Trump have reportedly garnered hundreds of thousands of signatures, but so far NBC is staying silent while posting several promos online, including one that has since been taken down. Watch this. Katie, you're laughing. I mean,
sure
this is classic Trump.
The protesters complete and total losers as well. But here's my point. Look, if these protesters spent just as much time protesting the illegal alien rapists and murderers who make their own communities look bad, maybe Trump wouldn't be saying the things that he is about their communities. So I suggest that if they don't want that stereotype, if they don't want the truth to be told about the fact that illegal immigration does bring with it a huge criminal element with that we have to deal with in this country. They should spend their energy getting out the criminals in their own communities, and then we can have a discussion about the people who remain here who haven't committed those heinous crimes.
Judge, this SNL thing, though, very simply, it's a business. I mean, it's a show that's based on ratings. He's going to bring in ratings. NBC, I mean, you think they have the right to do this?
He knows that he's going to bring in ratings.
Right.
He's in a position to make whatever demands he wants to make. NBC knows it, even though they supposedly fired him from Celebrity Apprentice. The bottom line is they always come back together when it's about money. And you know what? I have to agree with you, Katie. You know what? Everybody's so upset about people expressing their First Amendment freedom of speech. And by the way, if you want to talk about someone who really is in trouble, talk about why was Hillary Clinton able to do it? Right. You know, this woman is under investigation by the FBI, but she can do Saturday Night Live and nobody's worried about it.
Right, exactly.
Well, I'm not sure she hosted. This appears to be one of the first frontrunners that's been out there as we look through the record of who's been on, who's actually hosted. But Bernie, I mean, you're someone who's used to going on television and radio and insulting people and offending people, right? How do you think this is going to go on Saturday? Can you believe that this election has turned into such a headache for NBC? I mean, first the debate, now this.
It's one thing to insult people. It's another thing to make racist comments. So I think this is a tacit admission by NBC that Trump did not make racist comments.
Interesting.
He stated some facts. So these people should cállate their bocas. And we have something here called the First Amendment. By the way, 70 to 80% of the drugs on the streets of Chicago come from Mexico.
Exactly.
I mean, so he was speaking some truth. He was indelicate in the way he articulated some of these things. But let the man go out there and do his thing and you know, dummy up.
Andrea, what's your
Bernardo? Do we call you Bernardo going forward?
I was using West Side High story. As a matter of fact.
Here we go. Andrea, you think it goes off without a hitch tomorrow night?
I think it's going to be
huge
very, very
ratings.
funny. Yeah,
huge boom for him.
And the protesters are only drawing more attention.
There you go. Right. All right, we've now heard it from the source. The likelihood President Obama will act on his own to close down Gitmo if he and Congress can't see eye to eye. What the administration is saying the president will do. Plus, investigating Hillary Clinton's emails, the split among Republicans about how best to go about this, and the concerns within the GOP this could backfire on them.